The White House is duking it out in court over removing the estimated 10 to 15,000 transgender people in the U.S. military. So far, a federal judge blocked the Trump administration from doing that. Charlie D'Agata introduces us to two transgender service members who wanted nothing more from their country than the opportunity to serve it.
What made you want to join the services?
I made a promise to my father.
Petty Officer Second Class Paulo Batista worked for years to join the ranks of America's armed forces.
Nobody wanted to help me. I went through at least 22 different recruiting offices. I wanted to serve.
The amateur bodybuilder completed his gender transition before enlisting at the age of 38. In 2021, President Biden lifted the ban on transgender people in the military. 4 years later, the Naval Intelligence analyst could be kicked out.
Our warriors should be focused on defeating America's enemies, not figuring out their genders.
The White House says service members receiving transition-related health care are not physically capable of meeting military readiness requirements.
The Department of Defense has been given a 30-day notice to come up with a plan. The Army was the first to announce new measures, banning transgender troops from joining its ranks, pausing medical treatments, and putting an end to promotions with immediate effect.
This is my second Navy and Marine Corps achievement.
San Diego is also the home port of the USS Lincoln, where Parker Moore works as a nuclear electronic technician. The transgender sailor trained for more than 2 years for that role and has been actively serving for more than a decade.
I'm married, I have a 6-year-old son. This doesn't just affect me as an individual, it affects my family and my entire command. If one day I'm not allowed to do that job anymore, it affects the other 500 people in my department who now have to pick up that slack.
A 2017 analysis found discharging transgender troops would cost nearly $1 billion, far more than the roughly $52 million the Pentagon spent over the last decade on transition-related health care.
I think that most people who do have an issue with transgender service members are uneducated. I do not think they actually understand the process or may not have ever interacted with a transgender person.
Parker told us despite the ruling temporarily blocking the ban, it's impossible to live with the uncertainty and they're planning to leave the military. Paulo said he'll fight until the end. The Justice Department has until Friday to file an appeal. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News at the Pentagon.